Making this digital product on Etsy is fast and free, and it is already selling like crazy in just 3 months. What sets this product apart? Let's find out.
But first, I'm Jess at Insights by Jess. I dig deep into what makes Etsy stores successful and where they can improve so that you get the full 411 on what's really selling and why. Let's jump in. Hello. So, an awesome viewer recently asked me if I could feature some ideas that had less competition, and I thought that was a really fun idea. So I wanted to start with this brand new store. Not only is there great selling potential here, but they are doing this all with Canva. So at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a really quick tutorial so that you can see how easy it really is. This store is really cool. It is absolutely genius. They have 8 listings. This is a brand new bitty baby store. So 8 listings, and they already have a handful of bestsellers. So looking at their overall store, they have a super clean vibe, very minimalistic. They don't have a lot of stuff going on their banner. It is super simple, super clean, and all of their main images look the same, right? They've got a very simple design concept, which is fantastic. You can focus right away on the difference here in the middle to see kind of what this is and what's going on. Very simple, very streamlined. They're not wasting a lot of time on trying to see how they want their designs to look. They've made it very straightforward, and here's where it gets cool. These are digital and printable itineraries. So that is super cool idea. I have seen a lot of digital downloads, but itineraries is a fairly new concept, and I'm sure this is going to become way more popular, especially considering the simplicity of this overall idea. So, especially with using Canva, which so many of us are familiar using, people are not going to be intimidated to buy this product because they don't have to access some sort of fancy software to use this. So very fantastic. Out of these 8 listings, they do have several bestsellers. They have 3 bestsellers actually. And if you look at these 8 listings, you can see that there are actually only 3 different types of listings, and they have changed the design up a little bit on these. So there's travel, bachelorette, and then wedding. So what they're doing is starting with something simple. They're starting with one travel itinerary, and then they're changing the design to offer buyers something a little bit different. So before we dig into their actual products, let's go over their store stats. Especially because this is such a brand new store, their stats are kind of crazy. They only have 300 sales, so not very much at all. And their average cart price is $11, which is pretty consistent. Considering they do have a $12 one here, but they also have an $8 one, I thought 11 was pretty fair. Looking at their feedback, they don't have a lot of feedback. Their first feedback comes on October 18th of 2022. So this store is literally only a couple months old. It's about 3 months old at this point. So really cool to see that they have racked in 300 sales in 3 months time period. So their sales so far, if you go by having an $11 price point, they have made about $3,200 or $3,200 on this store so far in 3 months, which is pretty cool and really showcases the fact that there's a lot of growth potential here. So there's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of different designs they could add, a lot of different types of itineraries they could come up with, and really so much potential in general. So let's take a look at one of their best-selling listings here. So this is a travel itinerary, And I absolutely love this concept. I love to travel. Who doesn't like to travel? Comment below if you do not like to travel, because I'm pretty sure everybody loves to travel, right? It's really just a matter of, can we afford to travel? So I love to travel, and I love to plan my trips. I use a spreadsheet because I'm a nerd and I love spreadsheets. I didn't used to, but my husband's a data scientist, so he got me hooked on them, and there was no turning back. But anyways, I love to plan my trips, and I like to have them really clearly outlined, where we're going, what we're going to see, especially with kids, because traveling with kids gets chaotic, and this is the perfect solution. It is a beautiful way to plan your trip and have it look aesthetically pleasing. So they have a very good video here, such a simple video, but also such a visually appealing video, because you can see what it looks like, and it looks nice. It looks calming. It looks pretty. It's a very, very well done product and a very, very well done video. So I love it. And then the rest of their images are also very well done. They have taken great opportunities to capitalize on these images, so you can see what is the different pages there. They have a how it works, so you get a little bit of a sneak peek of what the item looks like before jumping into how it works. But the how it works is fairly close to the top, so you're not scrolling through 10 pictures before you get to this important information. So that's clever. And then of course there's more of a what's included image here. And it keeps going to show you all the different things, and then it tells you that these are hyperlinked pages and that you can download it as a PDF with clickable links for quick navigation. So essentially, you plan your trip, you add it all into your design, your editable design here, and then you download it as a PDF, and you can open it on your phone for when you're traveling. You don't need to have access to Wi-Fi, so it doesn't matter if your data works or not while you're on your trip. You can just easily see your schedule and all your places right there, easy peasy. I love that. That's fantastic. And the template size is listed here, and then they tell you that it is fully editable, which is fantastic. You don't have to download it as a PDF, but if you download it as an image, obviously you're not going to get those clickable links. And then they tell you edit it on the device, on any device really, and it goes back to the top. And I do want to mention, before we get too far into all of the SEO and stuff, the tutorial I'm going to show you in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to make these hyperlinked pages, because that's usually what throws people off, is they have no idea how to do this, and it's really easy and really simple. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's take a look at their SEO here. So jumping over to my workbook here, you can get this at my resources link down in the video description. They have used 132 characters. So out of 140, there's only 8 spaces left. So they did do a good job of their title. I think they probably could have thrown in something here. I'm not sure what they could fit in here for 8 characters, but they could probably have fit in maybe one more word. But for the most part, that's pretty impressive, especially for a brand new store. They also have a intro paragraph here with a lot of keywords in here, so I think that's really well done. They could probably do some spaces here. It is okay to add spaces to your intro, because Google search results will not count those spaces. Etsy's search algorithm and Google's search algorithm are very similar. They work very much in the same way. And the first, as my computer highlights everything, the first part, the first typically 160 characters of your description is what is going to show up in your Google search results. And it's what Google and Etsy really look at to factor in your keywords and your SEO and determine, where this should fall in the search rankings. What is this product about in terms of the keywords you use? You can add spaces here. You can add line breaks, and the search algorithm is not going to count those line breaks. They will count as one space, not as a whole line. So you don't lose anything by adding those in there. It will just be more visually appealing. Other than that, they did a fantastic job on their product description. I love it. I think that they've got all of the important stuff in here. They could add some spaces here just for it to be a little more readable here. But aside from that, it's great. It's not super long. It's not full of fluff. Their tags are split. So let's take a peek at their tags here. They have a great variety here. They've got travel, trip, vacation. Very, very good. If we go down to the bottom, we can see again, all of the main things are here, and they have some of these broader keywords like digital download, instant download, and then they have the very specific ones like travel template, travel itinerary. This is misspelled. I don't know if they did that on purpose, if maybe that's how people typically misspell it and they wanted to capture that search because it is spelled correctly here, or if they just were typing super fast and they messed up. I'm not sure. There is an IN that is missing right here, so I'm curious if they did that on purpose. I would guess they did not, but it is possible that they could have did that on purpose. Other than that, their tags look fantastic. They have done such a great job on their tags, and they really did do some good research when putting this store together. I think this store is going to do fantastically well in general. So let's look at another one of their best sellers just to give you an idea of what they've got going on. It is very, very similar, so I'm not going to dig too much into this. They have another great video, very, very similar. So you can, in something like this, you can really create this one time, and then you just add in the different scrolling video, and you're set for every single listing. Very, very streamlined, and it's the same concept. You don't have to start from scratch every single time. So I love that. Very well done images again. Includes a lot of different stuff. Weddings are pretty detailed, so, and my guess is they probably went through a wedding themselves and figured out everything required, or they might have bought a few wedding itineraries to see what all is included to put this together. But in general, they have done a great job of putting a product out there that people are really liking, and it is selling very, very well. Their tags and title are well done. Their description is well done. They do have the same kind of problem with the spacing here, but that's really such a minor thing. And it really just affects readability. It's really just about being visually appealing. Aside from that, it's fantastic. It is so well done. So I did want to just kind of show you so that we weren't just looking at one listing, how they put that together here. So I think this is fantastic, and there's a lot of room for growth for this store to build and capture more and more of the digital design market. So now that you can see how this is done and what this looks like, let's jump over to Canva and I can give you a quick tutorial. Before I give you the tutorial, I do want to mention I have a brand new freebie. It is all about font pairings in Canva. So if you make digital designs, if you make print on demand designs, or like shirts, even if you print them yourself, or coffee mugs, things like that, anything that's a design based business, make sure and go grab that freebie. It is super new. I just made it for you guys. Go snag it. It's free. Link is in the description. Okay, so let's jump over to this tutorial. I did the tutorial all in Canva. So the first thing we're going to do is create a design. And I'm going to click the Create a Design button. And then I'm going to type in phone. So we're going to make this the size of a phone wallpaper because this particular product was made to be used on a phone. So that's the size we want it to be. Now you can do this the fast way if you want and just start with a template already. Probably if you want to start with something like that, you want to search for infographic or something along those lines and just pick a design that you think has all the elements that you want for your planner or for whatever it is you're making, your digital download. So I'm just going to pick one here that has some different elements. I'm just picking one at random. And I'm going to change the color so you can kind of see how quick this is. I'm going to change all the colors in one shot because I'm not trying to keep you guys here forever. You can edit the text, you can make it say whatever you want, and you basically just want to put the design together how you want your customers to see it. So the next part is really adding those hyperlinks in here. So I'm going to just, for time's sake, make a bunch of square menu buttons all along the bottom edge of this design. And I'm going to move all these design elements up here so that I can make a whole row along the bottom. These are going to be the menu buttons so that you can click on these buttons and jump to different parts of the planner. So I'm just going to duplicate this and change the colors so that you can see that they are different buttons. And you can see that this is pretty fast and easy. Doesn't take a long time to do. You can make your buttons however you want to make them. It is not a big deal. And you can even make a table of contents on the first page instead of buttons. However you want to make your design, it's totally personally your preference. So I'm going to scroll in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to start adding some text to these buttons. I'm just being super simple here, so I'm going to do first page, second page, third page, etc. And I'm just going to put those all along on top of my different colored boxes here so that these look like different buttons and you can identify that these are different things. Now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this page a whole bunch of times. So I want 5 pages. I've got 5 buttons. I'm going to make 5 pages. And every time you click on one of these buttons at the bottom here, it's going to take you to that specific page. So I'm going to label these pages really quick just so you can see. As you can tell, my keyboard is sticky and it likes to capitalize things. And you've probably already noticed it highlights stuff just randomly too, so super fun. But I've got all my pages titled here, and here's where you add the hyperlinks. So you're going to want to click on the text of your button or click on the button background, it doesn't really matter. Click over here and then go to the little link button. You can actually choose, when you click the link, it will pop open. You can click other designs if you want, but what you're looking for is actually going to be the page that you want to link it to. So you scroll down to the bottom of the little list here that has popped up, and you click on the page where you want to jump to. And you're going to go through the process and do that for the entire design. So I'm linking the first button to the first page, the second button to the second page, third button to the third page, and so on and so forth. I'm going to do that all the way down until I've gotten all 5 pages linked. The last part is the easiest part, but also the most annoying part, because this is where you're going to copy and paste. And in my personal opinion, I'm not crazy about how Canva copies or highlights things. I find it very annoying. So as you can see, it tries to select this background image, and I don't want to select it, so I have to go lock them all. But basically, I'm going to highlight, select all of the buttons on the first page, and copy those exact same buttons to every page that I want to have a menu, which is, in this case, all of the pages. If you only have one table of contents at the beginning of your design, you don't have to worry about doing this at all. But this is if you want the menu buttons to be on every page. Once you have that copy and pasted to all 5 pages, or however many pages your design has, you are going to go ahead and download this as a PDF. So to do that, you're going to click on the share button up here at the top, and then you're going to click download and choose PDF print from the drop down. That's going to make sure it's nice and pretty. You don't need to change any of the other settings, and then download it. As you can see, when it downloads, it pops up on my computer. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to make it small just so you can see what it would look like on a mobile phone. Now, when I click these buttons, you can see that it is jumping me to that page of the document. So I can just click around here and it takes me to all the different pages. And you can try this for yourself. It's really simple. It only takes 1 second to do. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty awesome. So the last step of this then is to save this as a template, right? Because you're going to be giving your customers a link to the template so that they can do this for themselves. So we're going to go back over to Canva really quickly here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So again, you're going to click on that share button, and instead of going to download, you're going to pick this option here that says template link. And it's going to pop up with a link that you have. If you take that link and you copy and paste it into a new tab in your browser, this is what you will see. So here you can see it was a template created, and that you can just click Use Template at the bottom and access your template, edit it however you want. The cool thing about this is it's not going to change anything for you as the designer. Your main design will remain the same, it will remain untouched, and it will just duplicate the design for the new user. So every time someone buys this from you, they're getting their own copy of the template, and it never affects anybody else's copy. The best part is that you don't need to have a paid account with Canva to do this. You can do this with a free Canva account. You still have access to this template feature on a free account. So that is fantastic, and you really don't need to pay for anything extra in order to make a product like this. So that is super, super cool, and I really wanted to walk you through that process. There's a lot that you can do in terms of designing an actual itinerary or a planner like this. If you want to see more of the design aspect, comment below and let me know, and I'll be happy to make like a more of a formal tutorial about how to design it. But I really just wanted to show you how to access that Canva template. So, and how to make those jump links as well. So once you have this and you have a template link, what you can do is create a PDF for your customers that says basically like, hey, thanks for your purchase, here's how you edit this, and here is the link to your template. And then you just put the link in the PDF. Save your PDF, and when you're making your Etsy listing, you attach that PDF as your digital download file. So you're not actually attaching the template link to your Etsy product, you're attaching a PDF. So it's super free, super easy, it's free to do, and you are ready to conquer the world with your digital designs, all for free from Canva. I love Canva. Canva is awesome, and I do have an affiliate link to Canva down below if you want to check it out. It is free for you to use, but if you do decide to get a pro account, I think I get a little bit of a kickback. But you can really do this with anything. It does not have to be itineraries. It does not have to be planners. It can be resumes. It can be all kinds of different things. So really get your brainstorming cap on and see what kind of great things you can create. In fact, there is a super clever lady who built a multi-million-dollar store selling study guides. You should check that video out here.